A new chapter in the history of country music television is on the verge of beginning in the middle of the neon-lit streets of Nashville, where the sound of guitars twanging and the stomp of cowboy boots reverberates through the night. The Road, Blake Shelton's newest project, has a collection of all-star performers who have been collected by the gravel-voiced superstar. Shelton, who is as much a part of Hollywood's spotlight as he is of Oklahoma's red clay, has put together this group of musicians. This is not just another singing competition. It is a gritty, high-stakes expedition that thrusts ambitious musicians into the unmerciful world of touring life, with some of country music's biggest names riding shotgun. The Road is scheduled to make its debut on October 19, 2025, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. This show is expected to reinvent the reality television genre by combining the unrefined talent of its contestants with the excitement of travel and the essence of Americana. So what is the main idea there? Shelton is recruiting a constellation of country music icons to serve as mentors, judges, and promoters of the next generation. Imagine this: a tour bus covered in dust is making its way down roadways that have been cooked by the sun from Fort Worth, Texas, to the iconic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. Shelton and Sheridan, who served as executive producers and was the creative force behind the expansive Western epics of Yellowstone, are the inspiration for The Road. This program abandons the glamour in favor of the drudgery, which is a departure from polished studio showdowns such as The Voice, on which Shelton himself served as a coach for 23 seasons, or American Idol. Across 7 small venues in Oklahoma, Texas, and Tennessee, 12 up-and-coming performers, primarily grounded in country music, but with a touch of Americana style, will perform as the opening act for headliner Keith Urban. There are no safety nets in this environment. It is the live audiences, packed with Urban's most devoted supporters, who determine who progresses. What is the reward? A contract to record music and a life-changing sum of $250,000. However, according to Shelton, the actual victory is in cultivating a fan base via the fervor of live performances in the real world. After taking a break from The Voice to focus on his family and music, Shelton did not return to television without careful consideration. His Oklahoma accent and his trademark humor colored his words as he confessed in a recent interview. "I must admit, I was not bursting at the seams with excitement to put on another singing show. However, everything was transformed as a result of the partnership with Sheridan. The chemistry of the twosome is electrifying. The storytelling skills of Sheridan are matched with the insider knowledge of Shelton regarding the music industry. Sleeping on buses, playing for crowds that didn't buy a ticket to see you, writing songs that may or may not pay the bills. That's real," Shelton further elaborated. It is this genuineness that differentiates The Road from its competitors, transforming the participants into road warriors under the watchful eyes of professionals who have experienced it. Enter the country music icons that Shelton has chosen to bring star power and to the stage. The first announcement of the lineup took place at the beginning of September 2025. The roster comprises several artists, including Dustin Lynch, whose velvety baritone and chart-topping hits, such as Small Town Small, bring a contemporary country vibe. Karen Fairchild, from Little Big Town, who will provide harmonies and heartfelt advice based on her band's decades of touring triumphs. Jordan Davis, the soulful storyteller behind Buy Dirt, who will give guidance on creating anthems that resonate. And the brothers Osborne, TJ and John, whose rock-infused country sound and brotherly banter promise to make for dynamic mentoring sessions. They are not merely cameos, they are active roles. Every celebrity serves as a mentor at different tour stops, critiques performances, shares anecdotes from their past, and assists the candidates in navigating the emotional highs and lows of The Road. However, the taps continue beyond that point. CBS announced on September 4, just a few days later, that 5 additional high-profile individuals will be joining the fray in the capacity of special guest advisors. In addition to a rotating cast that may include surprises such as Kelly Osbourne for a wild-card twist, although her involvement is currently trending more toward family appearances, according to Early Buzz, Gretchen Wilson, the redneck woman legend who is known for her fiery spirit, is stepping up as the show's tour manager. She barks orders with tough love charisma. Picture Wilson, who has a no-nonsense demeanor, encouraging the troops during a bus breakdown at midnight or giving advice to a timid newcomer who is experiencing stage fright. She jokes in the teaser, "Opening for Keith Urban is not for the faint of heart," her voice a gravelly reminder of country's rebellious attitude. What about Keith Urban himself? In addition to performing as the headliner, the guitar prodigy from Australia is co-hosting with Shelton and imparting guitar advice and life lessons drawn from his own journey around the world. In promotional clips, Shelton made a joke saying that Keith is basically the nicest guy in country music, which highlights how well the two of them get along. The Road is a masterwork of creativity that expertly weaves narrative threads together in a manner that is reminiscent of a drama written by Sheridan. Each episode tracks the growth of the tour, interspersing high-energy performances with confessional vignettes. Contestants share their dreams over coffee at the cafe. Mentors remember their breakout moments and behind-the-scenes craziness, such as wardrobe malfunctions or impromptu jam sessions, are all captured. The venues themselves are part of the story, beginning with Tanner Hill's Tavern in Fort Worth, which is a nod to the state's Texas honky-tonk roots. Then the tour continues on to the Factory in Dallas, Oklahoma Ranch in OKC, Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa, where legends like Bob Wills once rocked, Minglewood Hall in Memphis for that bluesy crossover, and finally, it concludes at Marathon Music Works and the Ryman in Nashville, which is the mother church of country. It is not simply a competition. It is a love letter to the journey that gave rise to heroes like Shelton, who began as a small-town boy pursuing the lights of Nashville. The fact that this show subverts the format is what makes it a creative achievement. The Road begins with the crowning of the winners, forcing them into the final legs of the tour, whereas traditional singing competitions come to a conclusion with the crowning of the winners. There are no sound booths keeping the contestants isolated from one another. They are all staying together in the same place, eating meals together, and confronting rejection directly. Growth is prioritized over glamour in Shelton's vision, which was refined via his experience on The Voice. We've all been in that position of opening for someone and then walking out and facing a crowd that doesn't care who you are, he explained, invoking his own early days. This is further highlighted by the appearance of the guest stars. Lynch may demonstrate a hook that gets the crowd excited. Fairchild may direct a vocal warm-up that incorporates the tight harmonies of Little Big Town. Davis may share the notion that vulnerability sells music, and the Osbournes may jam on dual guitars in order to encourage collaboration. Even Sheridan makes an appearance, and his incredibly muscly presence, as Shelton noted with a sense of humor, adds a rough-and-tumble authenticity as he searches for new talent in a manner similar to how he would cast actors for his westerns. The collaboration between creative minds extends into the production process as well. The unfiltered excitement of the crowd is captured on film, complete with the booing and applause of the audience. This was done by filming live-ish with free tickets for fans, first come, first served during March 2025 pilots. You can be confident that your show will have a worldwide audience by streaming it on Paramount+, and Sheridan's touch will provide cinematic elegance to the production. This includes sweeping drone shots of limitless roads, slow-motion stage dives, and intimate bus conversations illuminated by the illumination of the dashboard. By making jokes about the meals on the road or the missteps he has made as a mentor, Shelton's comedy makes the experience feel more accessible. This project has been a true labor of love, stated producer David Glasser, who was expressing the same passion that was driving the project forward. As anticipation for the debut grows, fans are talking about possible crossovers. Will Gwen Stefani make a surprise appearance for a duet? Alternatively, there is Reba McEntire, who would be a connection to Sheridan's television empire. The show's focus on country music for the first season keeps it grounded, but Shelton implies that it will explore other genres in the future by comparing apples to apples at this time. Urban, who directed pilots with genuine excitement, received accolades from critics praising it as a highlight of my career. The Road distinguishes itself from the homogenized environment of westerns and pop music competitions with its daring creativity. It pays tribute to the tenacity and dust-covered heart of country music. Passing the torch is the true purpose of Shelton's Taps, rather than simply demonstrating one's celebrity status. He is creating a mentorship mosaic that reflects the genre's collaborative soul by engaging Lynch, Fairchild, Davis, the Osbournes, Wilson, and others to his cause. The road encourages people to join in on the journey of a musician's life as it takes off, but not for the destination. Rather, it is for the crazy, word-of-mouth ride that defines a musician's existence. It is the place where dreams meet the highway, and one lucky artist just could find their everlasting lane, according to Shelton. This autumn, tune in to hear the next big chapter in the history of country music.